Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2011 commencement of Alliant International University. As chair of the San Diego Irvine Faculty Assembly, I bring you greetings from the faculty of all of our Alliant campuses. Graduates, as you cross the stage today, the faculty seated here behind me is reminded of the privilege of having taught you and mentored you during your time here at Alliant. We are confident that you are well prepared to meet the challenges you will face in your future. The faculty of Alliant International University wish you, your families, and friends a wonderful day. Congratulations, graduates. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the Provost of Alliant International University, Dr. Russ Newman.
I'd also like to welcome 2011 commencement at Alliant San Diego Irvine ceremony. Commencements are very special occasions in the world of education, and our faculty and staff are very proud to see yet another class, this one over 400, graduating. I'd like to thank the Commencement Committee, which has been hard at work since January, assuring that this event is up to our expectations. Commencements are filled with traditions, both large and small. And one small tradition that has developed here at Alliant is to take a few minutes at the start of the ceremony to talk briefly about the big traditions associated with commencement. And despite the fact that many of the traditions and rituals we observe today date back to the clerics of the Middle Ages, I promise you I will be brief. In a nutshell, the commencement ceremony is comprised of the music-accompanied processional and recessional, which surround the actual conferring of the degrees, all accomplished while wearing the traditional color-defined regalia, cap, gown, and the degree-affiliated hood. The origins of the academic dress do indeed date back to the 12th and 13th centuries, when universities were just taking shape in collaboration with the leading religious institutions of the day. You'll be interested to know, however, that in the face of this rich and long-standing tradition, there are many who believe that the long gowns were originally worn more for necessity than ceremony due to the unheated buildings of the times. Perhaps the most interesting of the traditions is the assignment of colors to signify certain faculties, which was a much later development and only standardized in the United States in the late 19th century. The color white, taken from the white fur trimmings of the Oxford and Cambridge Bachelor of Arts hood, was assigned to arts and letters. Red, one of the traditional colors of the church, went to theology. Green, the color of medieval herbs, was adopted for medicine, and olive, because it was so close to green, was given to pharmacy. Golden yellow, representing the wealth which scientific research produced, was assigned to the sciences. Since the original assignment of colors, we now have, among others, gold for psychology, light blue for education, purple for law, and without reference to anything but the color itself, drab for business and finance. Another bit of commencement tradition and trivia relates to the processional music, pomp and circumstance, perhaps the most familiar symbol of graduations. The Pomp and Circumstance March was composed by Great Britain's Sir Edward Elgar in 1901, not for a graduation ceremony at all, but for the coronation of King Edward VII. It first became associated with graduations in 1905 when it was played when Elgar received an honorary doctorate from Yale, although it was played as a recessional rather than a processional. After Yale used it, Princeton used it, then the University of Chicago and Columbia University. Soon, of course, it simply became a matter of keeping up with the Ivies. One last, perhaps more informal tradition that has been incorporated into commencements is the practice of providing words of wisdom, hope, and inspiration to the graduates. The earliest example I could find on record was when Plato spoke to the graduates of his day and said, "The direction in which education starts a man will determine his future." Other more recent notables who have endeavored to inspire the graduates include Nelson Mandela, who said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." Or First Lady Michelle Obama, who at the University of Northern Iowa's commencement a few weeks ago urged graduates to follow their passion, to not lose sight of what makes each person unique, and to always allow others' different ideas to challenge your own assumptions and perspectives. In between Plato and the First Lady, many inspirational words have no doubt been spoken at commencements, and of course, some not so inspirational. Quotable quotes regarding graduations themselves have brought this point to home. According to some notables, who shall remain nameless to protect them, quote, "A graduation ceremony is an event where the commencement speaker tells thousands of graduates dressed in identical caps and gowns that individuality is the key to success." Or, commencement speeches were invented largely in the belief that outgoing college students should never be released into the world until they have been properly sedated. I have no doubt that today, true to the tradition, you will hear words of inspiration, hope, and wisdom. There you have it, more than you probably ever wanted to know about the pomp and circumstance of commencement. Now on to more serious matters. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the President of Alliant International University, President Jeffrey Cox. Dr. Cox envisions the education process as helping people gain the skills necessary to be successful professionals, but to also do good in the world, to make significant contributions to society. It was his strategic vision for the university that he brought with him when he came in 2004 that is responsible for our current mission to train highly competent professionals to be applied practitioners in their fields and to train professionals to solve real-world, significant, and contemporary problems in the global communities in which they live and work. Please welcome President Cox.
Thank you, Provost Newman. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a wonderful event on a gorgeous day in San Diego. Things could not be better, I think. It's a real great honor for me to join in congratulating our graduates. On behalf of my colleagues up here on the stage, and indeed our faculty and staff throughout the Alliant system, it's a great privilege to say how proud we are of you and to wish you all the best as you move forward from this day. I also want to congratulate the parents, spouses, partners, friends, and relatives who are here with you today. Your achievements are every bit as much theirs also, and I'm sure you join me in celebrating their accomplishments along with yours. This year at Alliant International University, we will graduate nearly 1,000 students at commencement ceremonies that range from San Francisco to Mexico City, from Fresno to Tokyo. And this year, for the first time, we held an Alliant commencement in Hong Kong, where we conferred doctorate degrees on our first cohort of students there. At Alliant, we take great pride in the diverse backgrounds of our students on all of our campuses. We see one of our main purposes as being a place where people from different cultures, nationalities, ethnicities, and races learn to work effectively and respectfully with each other. Here in San Diego, we've started a relatively new tradition, which some of you may have participated in, the Cultural Identity Ceremony, where people take time out to affirm and celebrate their connections to whatever cultural subgroups they feel most connected to and to which they belong. Well, whatever background you came into Alliant with, I'd like to point out that you will leave here today as the newest members of a distinct minority group. That is the minority group of people who hold higher education degrees. In the United States, only about 27% of adults hold as much as a bachelor's degree. And as President Obama has pointed out recently, we're falling behind much of the rest of the developed world in this statistic, where that percentage is much higher. And we all share in his goal to increase that percentage. But today it is a little more than a quarter. About 7% of the population hold a master's degree, and only about 3% hold doctorates. We're going to increase that number, I think, today by quite a bit. But for a global university, the most important statistic is that of the entire world's population, according to a study done by Harvard, only about 6.7% of the world's population holds as much as a bachelor's degree. So by virtue of your hard work and perseverance, you have become a member of perhaps one of the smallest minorities on the planet. But we should not think of this minority group as an exclusive or privileged elite. As holders of higher education degrees, you will forever be marked as part of a group in society that is not held together by shared language, or skin color, or country of origin. Instead, you will be members of a group that is distinguished by what is expected of you. The degrees you have earned carry with them great responsibility to lead, to serve others, to apply your skills and knowledge, to change what is bad and to improve what is good in our world. You're not expected to blend into the crowd, but rather to use what you've learned to make a positive and lasting difference in the lives of the people you touch. I have enormous confidence that you will rise to this responsibility with courage and energy, as so many of our Alliant alumni have done before you. I wish you all the best. Congratulations.
It's now my pleasure to announce the Academic Awards. Academic awards are presented in recognition of academic excellence. Recipients were selected by the faculty of each of 4 schools based upon criteria established by the faculty. These criteria include academic accomplishment, leadership, service, and scholarship. It is my pleasure to present to you the recipients of the academic awards from Alliant International University from 2011. Will the recipients please come forward? We'll start with the awards for the Shirley M. Hufstetler School of Education. Outstanding Master's Degree in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, Gul Han. Outstanding Doctorate of Education in Teaching of English to Speakers of Other Languages. The faculty of TESOL couldn't decide, so we actually have 2 awards. The first one goes to Marilyn Figo Malupa Kim, and she wasn't able to be here today. It will be accepted by Alexandra Nikolova Simic. Our second Outstanding Doctor of Education in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages goes to Tu Huang Tran. Outstanding Doctor of Psychology, Natasha Irene Adamo. We'll now go on to the Marshall Goldsmith School of Management Awards. The first one is for Outstanding Master's Degree in Business Administration for Nikita Sepultra. She's not able to be here today to accept the award. The second one is Outstanding Doctor of Business Administration, Yvonne Nazurwe. Outstanding Doctor of Philosophy and Consulting Psychology, Shmulik Sharon. The following are the awards from the California School of Professional Psychology. Outstanding Master's Degree in Marital and Family Therapy, Lisa Ann McLean. Outstanding Doctorate of Psychology, Outstanding Master's Degree in Marital and Family Therapy, Ann Michael Tomeo. Outstanding Doctor of Psychology in Marital and Family Therapy, Danielle Beck Ellsworth. Outstanding Doctor of Psychology in Marital and Family Therapy, Leslie Ann Gould. Outstanding Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Jeffrey M. Poisner. And Outstanding Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology, Rebecca Holland McNally Keene.
Good morning. Before I announce the F. Joseph McGuigan Research Award, I want to recognize another 2011 San Diego Alliant graduate from the PhD clinical program, Dr. Maria Keller. Maria was just recognized in April as the Outstanding Associate Faculty for 2011 at Mount San Jacinto College, where she has been working with students with disability for several years, at the same time completing her doctorate degree with CSPP. Congratulations to you, Dr. Keller. And now to another important award. The F. Joseph McGuigan Student Research Award was established by Betty McGuigan in memory of her late husband, Dr. F. Joseph McGuigan, distinguished research professor, who was one of our most productive scholars and researchers. This award honors a student who exemplifies Dr. McGuigan's commitment to empiricism and who has produced empirical research, applied or basic, that has made a significant contribution to the field of psychology. I am pleased to announce that the F. Joseph McGuigan honoree this year is Jessica Buss, PhD. Jessica, please come forward to receive your award.
Good morning. The Professor Dorothy Harris Leadership Award for Women honors the memory of Dr. Dorothy Lip Harris, who was an internationally renowned educator, psychologist, and management consultant. She was a professor and administrator at USIU for more than 20 years from 1970 to 1991. She served as an Associate Dean of the School of Human Behavior, as well as for the School of Business and Management. She taught a variety of graduate level courses, and in the last decade of her USIU career, she was noted for designing the DBA program, teaching doctoral research courses, and serving on numerous dissertation committees. Dr. Harris was committed to helping international students and especially remembered for nurturing women business students with leadership potential. This year's recipient of the Dorothy Harris Leadership Award for Women is Diana Martinez. Diana, please come forward.
It's my pleasure to introduce one of our Student Government Association officers, Ms. Emily Grulon. The Student Government Association serves a number of critical roles at Alliant, to include advocate for students, liaison for students, administration, and faculty, sponsor of several projects across campus, like the Monument Sign and the Student Center, creator of leadership development opportunities, and facilitator for a number of other campus activities that promote student learning and engagement outside of the classroom. Last year, the association created the Student Government Association Outstanding Faculty Award to recognize one faculty member from each school for their outstanding contributions. And students across the campus voted for the faculty member in their school who met this criterion. This is the second year that these awards will be given, and they represent another continuing project for the association and a way for students to express their appreciation for their faculty. Please welcome Ms. Emily Grulon to make the award of this year's Student Government Association Outstanding Faculty Awards.
Thank you, Dr. Brewer. As Dr. Brewer mentioned, this is the second year that we're doing these awards for the faculty members. And since it was so successful last year, we decided to extend the awards to adjunct and associate faculty, as well as core faculty that taught during the 2010 to 2011 school year. The purpose of these awards is to enhance student-faculty relationships, as well as to acknowledge and recognize faculty who are able to make contributions to the university as a learning-friendly environment. As Dr. Brewer mentioned, students were asked to select a faculty member from each of the schools within Alliant, including Marshall Goldsmith School of Management, the California School of Professional Psychology, the California School of Forensic Studies, and the Shirley Hustetler School of Education. The selection of these professors contributes to fulfillment of our campus mission and goals by applauding faculty for their ability to make scholastic contributions, as well as maintain the utmost professionalism in and out of the classroom as our teachers, our mentors, and our coaches. Recognizing highly superior faculty performance serves to enhance our sense of community, as well as institutional effectiveness as an organization that values diversity, multiculturalism, and internationalism. Such recognition of a teacher scholar also works to ensure faculty engagement, as well as the quality of learning within our classrooms. Criteria for this year's award included, but was not limited to, faculty's enthusiasm about their subject, utilization of creative and innovative techniques to teach course material, ability to effectively communicate classroom objectives and goals, allow many opportunities for students to demonstrate that they had learned the course material, listen and be receptive to feedback, and provide the scaffolding for students to become effective scholar practitioners. At this time, I would like to thank all of those of you that voted for your favorite faculty member that made the most positive impact on you as a student. And I'd also like to announce and congratulate the winners for this year. I would also like to share with you some of the comments that students made at the end of the surveys, stating how much they appreciated the faculty who they selected. Please keep in mind that this is an abridged version of the comments that students provided for the surveys. For the Marshall Goldsmith School of Management, congratulations to Dr. Norbert Tanzer. Dr. Tanzer is an incredible and amazing professor who cares about the students and their success. He truly cares about his students and helps them achieve their goals. He has been instrumental in efficiently guiding many students through the dissertation process. He is a great mentor who volunteers innumerable hours. I would not have completed my dissertation if it weren't for the support and encouragement of Dr. Norbert Tanzer. He is the reason I have come this far. His door is always open to students and faculty alike to discuss methodology on any topic that you need help with. Congratulations. For the School School of Professional Psychology, Dr. Jill Stoddard. So unfortunately, Dr. Stoddard is not with us today, but I will still read what students wrote about her. I'm very impressed with Dr. Stoddard's enthusiasm, professionalism, and competence. She makes learning fun and interesting and teaches her students skills that will help us in our clinical practice. She's clearly passionate about teaching and the field of psychology as she goes above and beyond for her students. She is dedicated to helping us succeed. Dr. Stoddard is an exceptional teacher, mentor, and critical thinker. Her ability to connect with students and provide support through difficulties faced in graduate school is unprecedented. She's very inspirational, gives so much of her time, and is a wonderful role model. I can't think of anyone more deserving of this award. For the California School of Forensic Studies, Dr. Peter McKinnon. Dr. Peter McKinnon is also not with us today, but I still have a little something to share about him. Dr. McKinnon has done an incredible job dedicating his time to helping students understand different approaches to psychology within the forensic field. I really like that he incorporates cultural sensitivity and knowledge into his lectures. He brings his personal practice into the classroom and highlights how culture influences how we interact with others and perceive ourselves. He is clearly excited about teaching. That's a high learning standard, but helps the student be successful through his dedication. And last but certainly not least, for the Shirley Huffstedler School of Education, we would like to recognize Dr. Rick Ansoff. Very energetic, enthusiastic about this subject matter, motivating, hardworking, punctual, creative, and is extremely thorough with his class materials and expectations. He maintains professionalism by treating students as equals, takes great pleasure in listening to students from all disciplines, majors, fields of study, and helping them progress. His enthusiasm makes you want to come to class. Dr. Ansoff is involved with many different experiences to get his point across and uses timely humor. We need to clone him so there's more to go around. Congratulations to the winners of this year's 2011 Outstanding Faculty Awards. At Alliant, we recognize the benefits of a collaborative team effort for success. It takes a great deal of dedication, persistence, and sacrifice to achieve what you have achieved today and will continue to achieve in the future. As a good friend of mine used to say, do what others don't to achieve what others won't. Let's give a loud round of applause to the winners of this year's awards, our graduating student body.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about traditions, and today we're going to be starting a new tradition here at Alliant, and these are the iMerit Campus Committee Awards. iMerit is something we're very proud of here at Alliant. It represents our international and multicultural efforts. iMerit stands for International Multicultural Education, Research, Intervention, and Training, iMerit. And the committees from San Diego and from the Irvine campuses are proud to make awards for the first time this year to a member of the iMerit committee on the respective campus who have been judged to have made substantial contributions of time, investment, effort, and leadership. This member can be a faculty, staff, or a student. There will also be a plaque on each campus that lists the annual recipients in addition to an individual plaque and a check as well. This year, the first winner for the San Diego campus of the iMerit Campus Award is Dr. Estela Matriano. Dr. Matriano has exemplified the integration of multicultural and international studies throughout her career here at Alliant. She's an extraordinary productive person in this area, and I don't think she'd mind me telling you that she is still an active faculty member and administrator at the age of 81. Currently, she is in the Philippines, her native country, so she cannot be here to accept the award. We also have a second award for the Irvine campus, and here to introduce that is Dr. Raji Natran.
For the Irvine campus, the recipient of the award is Ms. Maribel Silva, and I want to say a little bit about her. She represents both the staff and the student body, and she's currently the treasurer of a student organization called Society for Human Diversity, and this award goes to her for her dedicated services for the campus committee for over 3 years. Ms. Maribel Silva.
I guess we just can't get away from creating traditions here at Alliant. We have yet another tradition that we're going to start this year. Alliant's mission is based on 4 pillars: multicultural and international competence, applied research and scholarship, competency-based professional training, and community engagement. In order to recognize distinguished work in these 4 areas by faculty, students, or Alliant staff, we are initiating the annual university-wide Provost Pillar Awards. The winner will receive a plaque and a cash prize of $1,000. We are starting in this inaugural year with awards in 2 of the pillars: multicultural and international competence and applied research and scholarship. I'm pleased to announce that this year's winners in the multicultural and international category go to 2 members of the San Diego Alliant community. 2 of them because we have had an unbreakable tie. This year's winners are Drs. Estela Matriano and Dr. Rodney Lohman. Dr. Matriano, professor of cross-cultural studies in the Hofstadter School of Education, is an inspirational leader in the promotion of diversity, inclusion, and global peace. She has had a significant impact throughout the world as the longtime executive director of the World Council for Curriculum and Instruction. And as you've heard today, she is traveling and cannot be with us. Dr. Lohman, distinguished professor in the organizational psychology programs of the California School of Professional Psychology, is a founder of the set of international multicultural competencies adopted at Alliant, which all students, faculty, and staff strive to achieve. He is currently completing a cutting-edge book on the integration of internationalism and multiculturalism, once again demonstrating his leadership in the field. Congratulations, Dr. Lohman.
Congratulations.
It's my pleasure to introduce Miss Karina Valdez, a graduate today from the CSPP Marriage and Family Therapy Program. Karina was chosen by her peers to represent the 2011 graduating class. She came to Alliant after graduating at the top of her class at the age of 16 from New Life Academy High School and completing her undergraduate studies at National University. She has a background in social work and will be the first in her family to complete graduate study. She epitomizes the spirit of Alliant with her hard work and fortitude. Please welcome Karina Valdez.
Good morning. Good morning, class of 2011. Welcome. Welcome to our graduation. You're here. We made it. Good morning, President Cox, distinguished faculty, deans, and trustees. Good morning and welcome, family, guests, and friends. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support and for your encouragement. Without you, we wouldn't be here. We're here because you believed in us. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for believing in a better tomorrow by supporting education, and to those passionate enough to take the challenge. Because it is in this symbiotic relationship that we create paradigm shifts. It is in this relationship that we embrace the power of creation. Thank you to the directors, to faculty and staff for all your hard work and for maintaining a vision that has formed a path that not many can take, but that we did. And for that opportunity, we are grateful. Gracias a mi gente por demostrarle a este mundo que sí se puede. Gracias a mis padres por su amor, por sus oraciones y por su apoyo. Sin ustedes no pudiera. We are here today to celebrate the accomplishments of a relentless group of dynamic people, to celebrate the end of a very significant phase of life, and to celebrate the beginning of the next most important phase of a new life. An ancient quote per Lao Tzu: the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And so, class of 2011, we have taken that one step. That one step towards the educational journey. But this journey is a difficult experience to summarize. It has been a multidimensional experience that has transformed the essence of who we are, who we were, and who we will be. By taking the steps to embark in a new self and a new identity, we had to come to the difficult task of letting go of the old and embracing the new. This task required the ability and the capacity to stand in the gap of the unknown and to be able to sit with uncertainty, not knowing if we were taking the right path, not knowing if the path that we were taking, the path less traveled, was the right choice. Doubt consistently knocked at the door of our minds. We've sacrificed a lot to be here. We missed birthdays. We missed parties, and we missed important days that made us very sad. We had families and friends on appointments as they had to be penciled into our lives. You know it's true. We all carry that big binder. We worked through a lot. We worked through world events such as the H1N1 influenza, the October 2010 tsunamis in Indonesia, the earthquakes in Haiti, our devastating economy, and most current events in Japan, and our hearts broke. Our heart broke seeing so much sadness, so much pain. We ourselves faced our own personal devastation, our internal conflict, and some of us even some relationship strains. But now, right now, family, friends, we are here. We are here in celebration of the one step we took 2, 3, 4, or however many years ago. We all remember that moment. That moment when we took that first step with such determination there was no looking back. For some, that step was easy to make, and for others, that step was the only one to take. And so we celebrate the journey of 1,000 miles, and for most of us, the journey of 1,000 assignments. But now we embark on our future. We are now faced by the choices of a beginning path. However, it is different. We have tools, we have discipline, and we have muscles that we gain through this journey. We are suited and we are ready to make a difference that will domino to our families, to our communities, and to our world. Our future is ready to embrace us, and we are ready to become it. So today, we close the door of the past that has prepared us well for a future that can contain the present. Today, we celebrate the accomplishments of a relentless group of dynamic people, to celebrate the end of a very significant phase of life, and to celebrate the beginning of the next most important phase of a new life. Today we take the step into a new journey of 1,000 miles. Congratulations, class of 2011. We have made it. Thank you.
It is now my great privilege and honor to introduce our main commencement speaker for the day, Dr. David Hayes-Bautista. Dr. Hayes-Bautista is Professor of Medicine and Director of the Center for the Study of Latino Health and Culture at the School of Medicine, the University of California, Los Angeles. He graduated from UC Berkeley and completed his MA and PhD degrees at the School of Medicine at the University of California, San Francisco. Dr. Hayes-Bautista's research focuses on healthcare issues and other social issues affecting Latino populations in this region and elsewhere. His path-breaking research has helped more than probably anyone's to dispel the notions that Latinos are a permanent underclass in society, and instead has shown that Latinos represent a strong, stable, hardworking, and vibrant element of every community in which they live and work. He is the author or co-author of 5 books and countless scholarly articles. He has been called the preeminent Latino scholar in the United States. We are honored to have him with us today, Dr. David Hayes-Bautista.
And yet, almost none of that almost didn't happen. I was a freshly minted PhD. I mean, the ink on my sheepskin was still wet, and I was being interviewed for my first faculty position. And as I was being interviewed, I began to think, you know, maybe this academic life isn't for me. Maybe that's not where I want to go. And I was just about to get out of my chair and shake my interviewer's hand and say, thanks, but no thanks, I'm going to do other things. And suddenly, he said something that changed my life. And he later came to be one of my mentors. So what did he say? Well, we need the backstory. How did I get there in the first place? Because I had a very checkered academic background up until then. Well, yeah, it didn't start out that way. I was a freshman going off to college, and everybody asks you, what are you going to study? What are you going to be? Well, gee, I don't know. So when you default like that, usually someone says, you're going to do this. So there's my father. You're going to study engineering. You're going to be an engineer. Oh, okay. So I went off to college and I studied engineering. Oh God, I remember my freshman year, my first seminar, 8 a.m., 5 days a week, calculus. 9 a.m., 3 days a week, chemistry. 11 a.m., 4 days a week, engineering. 1 p.m., 3 days a week, physics. Okay, so I was studying equations, memorizing equations, solve a problem, take a test. Memorize equations, solve a problem, take a test. Well, you know, soy muy aplicado, I'll do what you tell me. So I was studying all these equations, but after about a year, I've been studying equations all year, and so is that it? So I decided to work for the summer as an engineer. So I worked where my father worked, now called Caltrans, used to be called Division of Highways, and I noticed something that I guess when you're a younger kid you don't quite notice, but now that you're starting to become adult you notice these things. My father hated his work. He hated his job. He really did. He didn't like it. In fact, most of the guys, and these were all guys, this is back in the early 60s, in the engineering area, they hated their jobs. They spent all day talking about what they're going to do when they had the weekend, when they had vacation, when they retired. Then, back to work. Okay, went to my sophomore year, studied more equations, solved more problems, took more tests, and about halfway through my sophomore year, I said, okay, my God, here for 2 years I've been memorizing equations, solving problems, and taking tests. Is that all you do in college? And I had an intellectual sort of meltdown. I thought, if this is all I'm going to do, and then I go off and work in a job that my father hates going to, and I don't think I can enjoy it either, is this what I want to do? And so I didn't do it. I dropped out of school. I went to Mexico. I went to South America. Oh, this is the mid-60s. Exciting times. Oh my God, Che Guevara was still alive. The Cuban Revolution was still, people believed in it. And I had cousins who were students at UNAM. They were members of the Communist Party. And we had great discussions. Why are we in Vietnam? Of course, I had to do all this in Spanish. And also I noticed the vast disparities of wealth and poverty, dictatorships. And I was asking, well, why? Why this? Why? And I got some quick, pat answers. And with my communist cousins, it was capitalism, capitalism, capitalism is the problem. But, you know, maybe not totally. And by the way, is Cuba doing so well as a society? And I got really curious about what the heck is going on in Mexico and Latin America. Why are things the way they are? And nobody could explain them to me. And one afternoon, I thought, you know what? Maybe I need to go to school and get some information so I can figure out how to answer these questions of things I'm seeing. So I went back to school. Only I was different. Out of engineering, I'm not trying to just memorize equations. I want to understand why these things in Latin America. And of course, there's exciting times. They're in the mid-60s, Summer of Love, all of that, hippies, but also Cesar Chavez and the farm worker movement, the early days of the Chicano movement, got involved with that. We struck Berkeley to establish third world studies, ethnic studies, Chicano studies. And then a bunch of us, they were just students, kids, we decided we want to go into East Oakland and do something that's never been done before. We want to set up a clinic, a medical clinic, provide services in Spanish for free. We don't want to charge people. And we have no money. So we set up the clinic. And I had the honor of being the first executive director. That little ragtail clinic has just celebrated its 40th anniversary, La Clínica de la Raza in Alameda County. It's now a major healthcare provider, but we started as students, just like you, just graduating, following our dream. But as I was setting up this clinic, a whole host of questions I was dealing with, and nobody had any data, like what services should we provide, how do you administrate one of these things where you're not paying your staff. And so I went off to graduate school over at the medical center. Now the thing is, from the time I started school till I got my bachelor's, it took me 8 years, because I had some things I had to figure out, like why was I going to school. And once I figured that out, when I was going not to memorize equations, I was going because I wanted to understand the world around me a little bit better. And so I went to graduate school at age 25, and I was done at age 27. I went from bachelor's to PhD in 2.5 years. And I was running a clinic at the same time. But at that point, I was really invested. I had really taken charge of my learning, although if you had asked me that what you're doing, I couldn't have told you that, but that's what I did. And so I was just 27, brand new PhD, and here I was being interviewed suddenly for a position at the School of Public Health at the University of California, Berkeley. And as this interviewer was describing, he mentioned people over there, they're giants of the field. I mean, I'd seen their books in the bookstore. I'd never read them. I'd never studied public health, you have to understand. I was doing other things. And he was describing the courses that they're teaching, and I think, oh my God, I don't know this, and I don't know that. And this one I was about ready to say, you know what, you need somebody else. I don't know any of this. Good luck, and I'm out of here. But just as I started to get up off my chair to do that, I think he thought I was interested in the job. He said, oh, by the way, we have a little saying around here among the faculty. I said, oh, really? What's that? That I'm the stupidest applicant to ever apply? But I didn't say that. I just thought that. And he said, you know, around here we have a saying, if you really want to learn about something, go give a class on it. What do you mean go give a class on it? Don't you have to know everything? No. Why give a class on stuff you know about? But he said, what you do is you get a topic you want to learn about, you write 10 questions that you want to learn, structure your readings around it, and invite your students along, and you can all learn together. hey, I could do that. I never studied public health. I had a lot to learn. So I started to develop my classes around that, and I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I think my students learned a lot too. So I accepted the position, had a great time. Then, about 2 or 3 years later, I got around to cleaning out my office, and there was my old dissertation. I hadn't seen it for 3 years. I thought, oh, hey, blast from the past. So I picked it up, and I opened it, started to read it, and I was shocked. I was horrified. It was a horrible dissertation. I mean, their thoughts weren't complete. I muffled this, and I should have talked about that. I went back to my mentor, Dr. Henrik Blum, and I said, Henrik, I just found my old dissertation. He said, yes, and it's terrible. I need to go do it again. How could they prove this? And he got that twinkle in his eye again. He said, well, I'm glad to hear that. He said, I would be very afraid if 2 years, 3 years later, you still loved your dissertation, you thought it was a perfect piece of work. That would mean you weren't growing. But because you can see now what you could have done, you're growing. So don't go back and redo your dissertation. Just take what you learned, take it into your next research project. It'll be even that much better. Oh, okay, I can do that. So I went off and did that. Well, after about 15 years at the School of Public Health, I'd gone from assistant professor to full professor. I was getting kind of restless because I'd kind of given a course on everything they had there, kind of learned what I could learn in public health. And then UCLA made me an offer at the School of Medicine, so I thought, okay, I need to grow a little bit more, so I took the position, and I've been at UCLA now for about 20 some odd years. Been having a great time. And as I was leaving Berkeley, I went to talk to my mentor, and I said goodbye to him. And I thought he would be sad, I thought he would try to talk me out of taking the position, but no, he was really happy. And he said, well, this is something I don't share with a lot of people here, but the really good faculty actually change departments at least 2 or 3 times in the course of their career, because that means they're still growing. They've learned as much as they can in one department, they go to another, they're still growing, then they go to another. So he said, I fully support it, go off and enjoy it. So I had his blessing, I had a lot of fun at UCLA, and I just finished writing a book last Friday. This is my 6th book. However, this has nothing to do with my other 5 books, because this book is about the history of Cinco de Mayo in California. Now, why do we celebrate Cinco de Mayo? Have you ever been in Mexico on a Cinco de Mayo? Okay, what happens in Mexico on Cinco de Mayo? Nothing. It's the biggest nothing you ever saw. Well, the whole point is, it's not a Mexican holiday. It is an American Civil War holiday created by Latinos here in California during the American Civil War because Latinos supported freedom and democracy against slavery and monarchy. That's why we have Cinco de Mayo. Well, guess what? This is history. I've just written a history book, and I'm becoming an historian. So public health, medicine, history, but it's all because I keep following the things that interest me. I'm learning better and better. One of these days I'm going to write a good book. But at least I'm growing. At least I'm growing. And clearly I've made my change as a field. So, as you graduate, some of you may think, I'm done with school, that's it, I'm never going to learn again. Don't do that. Actually think, no, what we've been doing here, you guys have to do this, but I do the same thing at my campus, is not filling your heads with data and equations and theories so you can spit them back. We're giving you the skills so that you can continue your own intellectual journey once you're launched out of here. That's really what we want you to do, and that's what we've been trying to prepare you to do. And I will make you this promise. If you continue your intellectual journey, and it's not just memorizing things, it's understanding, and it's creating your own understanding of the world around you. If you continue to engage in that, you will never have to work another day in your lives. Because it won't be work. You'll be understanding you, your family, yourselves, your world better and better and better every day. And that's an incredibly exciting journey. And nobody can tell you how to do it. You have to do it on your own. And as you're doing that, sometimes you may make a lot of money. And sometimes you may not, but you know what? You won't care. Because that's not the point of it. The point is continuing that intellectual journey. So, actually, I just turned 65. Just wrote my 6th book. But I'm changing fields. I'm going to become an historian. Oh, I keep my appointment in medicine, and I've got a secondary appointment in public health. but I just love to understand things. That's never going to end. Besides that, I have my next 5 books outlined that I want to write. By the way, they're all in history, they're not in medicine or public health. But I would like to say this to you, graduating class of 2011. Far from being the end of your intellectual journey, I'd like you to consider that today is actually the first day of the rest of your intellectual life. The steps you take depend upon you. We've done what we can. The growth that you achieve from now on depends upon you. We've done what we can. But if you do it, there will be times you won't be able to go to sleep at night because you're so intensely interested in discovering what you're discovering. There'll be times when you can't wait to get up in the morning and get at it again. And I think my poor father, every day he dreaded getting up and going to work. He could have done his life so differently. But what did he want to be? He really loved acting. He was an actor. He was alive when he was on stage. We can see he almost floated. But for whatever reason, he was an engineer, didn't like it when he really, all his life, wanted to be an actor. Unfortunately, he died about 30 years ago. So he just did amateur acting. But I learned from that, and I'll pass this lesson on to you. Don't wait for some future date to do what you want to do. Start today. Remember, today is the first day of the rest of your intellectual life. Class of 2011, go out and enjoy the rest of your life with passion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Hayes Batista. What a wonderful example of inspiration for following your passion, being curious, doing good in the world, and having it be fun and exciting at the same time. It's now my privilege to begin the presentation of the class of 2011 of Alliant International University. The degree candidates will be presented by school in the order listed in your program. The dean of each school will certify the candidates and invite them to come forward to receive their degrees. Doctoral candidates will be hooded by their dissertation chairperson and program director or dean.
Will the candidate for the Doctor of Psychology and Master of Arts in Forensic Studies please rise? President Cox, on behalf of the faculty of the California School of Forensic Studies, I present these candidates for the degree of Master of Arts and Doctor of Psychology, who are entitled to the rights and privileges of this degree. Will the candidates please proceed to the stage?
Sandra Pachidio, Romont,
Jariska Kiana Rodriguez,
Kim Dien Nguyen,
Nong Tuet Fan,
Will the candidates for the following programs in the Shirley M. Huffstedler School of Education please rise? Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies and Education, Master of Arts in Education, Master of Arts in School Psychology, Master of Arts in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership and Management, Doctor of Education in Higher Education, Doctor of Education in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, Doctor of Education in Technology and Learning, and Doctor of Psychology in Educational Psychology. President Cox. On behalf of the faculty of the Shirley M. Huffstedler School of Education, I present these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Master of Arts, Doctor of Education, and Doctor of Psychology, who are entitled to the rights and privileges of these degrees. Will the candidates please proceed to the stage?
Robert Marr.
Tamara Ann Kilburn.
Carolina Cynthia Estremera.
Susan Mary Diem.
Lisa Marie Arvonio.
Kevin Butler.
Michelle Leanne Josie.
Nariman Mustafa.
Ronel Nobleas Manzana.
Leah R. Cooper.
Jill Hahn.
Stephanie Marie Bedford.
Ashley Lee Stewart.
Denise Lee Lazaro.
Laura Marie Peguero Cruz.
Brian Huang Lam.
Kaylin Marie Kadam.
Lee Young.
Roz Ruhi Gibson.
Patricia Rodriguez.
Olivia Pavania Pai Vaughn.
Lauren Van Vlymen.
Dana Rebecca Shifter.
Lisette Porras.
Rinaldo Vargas Jr.
Paloma Linares Chavez.
Karen Childress Evans.
Diane Saab Wessel. Dina Saab Wessel.
Taylor Stovall Eleanor McDonald. Eleanor McDonald Taylor Stovall.
Dorothy Elizabeth Kegler.
Ahmed Ali.
Ronnie Jonathan Macias.
Tri Lee Lam.
Tran Huang Tu.
Alexandra Nikolova Simic.
Maria Victoria Vaca.
Natasha Irene Adamo.
Zoa Fazel Alavi.
Kristen Rianne Goforth.
Bob Eric Salcedo.
Danielle Lee Walsh.
Will the candidates from the following programs in Marshall Goldsmith School of Management rise? Bachelor of Arts in Communication, Bachelor of Arts in International Relations, Bachelor of Arts in Integrated Marketing and Communication, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in International Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of International Business Administration, Master of Arts in International Relations, Master of Arts in Industrial Organizational Psychology, Master of Science in Industrial Organizational Psychology, Doctor of Business Administration, Doctor of Philosophy in Consulting Psychology, Doctor of Philosophy in Industrial Organizational Psychology, Doctor of Psychology in Culture and Human Behavior. President Cox, on behalf of the faculty of the Marshall Goldsmith School of Management, I present these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts, Master of Science Business Administration, Master of International Business Administration, Doctor of Business Administration, Doctor of Psychology, and Doctor of Philosophy, who are entitled to the rights and privileges of these degrees. Will the candidates please proceed to the stage?
Franzia Pimentel.
Sarah Thadens.
Stephen Mai.
Artur Reglan.
Clara Laverde.
Anton Everly.
Emily Gravier Galou.
Felix Staub.
Rajav Wesley Chopra.
Tina Aliyah Hage.
Melanie Zeisig.
Alan C. Barnes.
Stephen James DeBoer.
Jordana Michelle Strasser DeBoer.
Susan Chang Su Ka.
Sija Omen Jabbar.
An Dung Lee.
Raul Olvera.
Cynthia Ann Jesperson.
Jovia Vivani.
Cindy Diane Rubinson.
Crystal Reese Leifer.
Mark Joseph Goodwin.
May Milano.
Candia Michelle Sierra.
Gerald John Torres Sablan.
Jan Betting.
Roberto Mendoza.
Melanie King McDonald.
Hoda Sarip Shagai.
Maria Elena Bitar.
Randy Marie Allen.
Diana Marie Martinez.
Megan Daniel Dunn.
Lindsay M. Brophy.
Yifan Chen.
Zhang Fan Hua.
Maria Rodriguez.
Frances Grace Pascua.
Anur Linda Conradstier.
Marwan Mugrabi.
Carmen Maria Chapa.
Jessica Astrid Lopez Moreno.
Denny T. Bakta.
James Ellis.
Hong B. T. Nguyen.
Danielle Eddie Yabaro Ledsum.
Kristen R. Plum.
Gina Marie Russell Jacobs.
Shramlik Sharon.
Kevin Ailing.
James Andrew Scrivani.
Stephen Edward Williams.
Yvonne Nezerway.
Eric Shahan Jones.
Maung Tin Kla.
Daniel Kuzmich.
Rashid Essa.
Huda Samir.
Joseph John Jock.
Will the candidates from the following programs in the California School of Professional Psychology please rise? Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, Master of Arts in Marital and Family Therapy, Master of Arts in Psychology, Doctor of Psychology in Marital and Family Therapy, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology, and Dual Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical and Industrial Organizational Psychology. President Cox, on behalf of the faculty of the California School of Professional Psychology, I present these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts, Doctor of Psychology, and Doctor of Philosophy, who are entitled to the rights and privileges of these degrees. Will the candidates please proceed to the stage?
Leticia Diaz.
Laura Soto.
Nicole Sinusu.
Crystal Amber Pacheco.
Cameron Lucier.
Jessica Marie Luna.
Tatiana Jobleski.
Hope Maria Fisher.
Emily Felinzak.
Federico Escobedo Jarca.
Elodie Benoit Rofet.
Sam Bloomberg.
Viv Ed Gonzalez.
Nada Novin.
Anne Michelle Tomeo.
Amita Ferozi.
Loedi Bostani.
Marlene Caricia Eliza.
Tessa R. Denham.
Venus Barami.
Sarah Elizabeth Cameron.
Taryn Furberg.
Linda Monique Galley.
Holly Alisa Tackman.
Erin Lindsay Lawhorn.
Camille Joe Openshaw.
Lina Fong Vu.
Richard Michael Steinberg.
Vanessa Annette Franklin.
Christina Naim Salama.
Claudia Covarrubias.
Laura Danielle Wright.
Taylor Ton Tron.
Christina Ann Wilgenhoff.
Moises David Estrada.
Lisa Ann McLean.
Amber Brooke Hasboon.
Nicole Kristen Graves.
Cassandra Nicole Jallet.
Emma P. Martinez Cabal.
Joanna Bravo.
Maria Gutierrez.
Brittany Michelle Bloomsterberg.
Mallory Sarah Servin.
Gabrielle Lynn Moore.
Matthew Polkinghorn.
Sarah Gabrielle Jessup.
Michael Kaufman.
Alexandra Amber Hansen.
Donna Marie Chapman.
Clarice Lynn Godzinski.
Megan Sipperly.
Jennifer Bosico.
Victoria Maria Scordilis.
May Going Koo.
Joshua Zhang.
Diana H. Vu.
Jennifer Lynn Jaworski.
Monique Thompson.
Alejandra Sosa Chora.
Naxieli S. Wheeler.
Erin Elizabeth Randall.
Karina Valdez.
Jennifer G. Wolf.
Naomi Faith Hardin Bernal.
Carolyn Alit Shapiro.
Aspasia Birmingham.
Elsa Marie Lopez.
Lori J. Underwood.
Ian Griffith Shiner.
Kelly Marie Picorni.
Daniel Evan Foy.
Nancy A. Arzate.
Veronica Guerra.
Felicia Hampton.
Andrew Penner.
Asal Hush Yernaryad.
Stacy Nicole Lima.
Lanique G. Ruffin.
Nicole C. Holt.
Lisa Nicole Jacobson.
Linda Olivia Ronquillo.
Melissa Ann Jacobson.
Sarah Catherine Sedgwick.
Bilson James San Juan.
Mitra Azar Salam.
Susan Ann Trueblood.
Daniela Beck Ellsworth.
Tiffany Ann Sunday.
Heather Arlene Morris.
Tui Fong Do.
Philip Charles Hamill.
Tanya L. Hilber.
Kimberly Wagner.
Michelle Nicole Walker.
Angela Stewart.
Christopher Lawrence Locasio.
Lee Gale Lustig.
Cassandra Mary Kaufman.
Erica M. Wallerman.
Olivia Dawn Martin.
Rachel Quinlan Downs.
Christy L. Zoller.
Nathan Kyle Simmons. Daniel Aaron Rubin. Jeffrey Poisner. Justin LaPalooza. Katie Erica. Natalie Santos. Marcy Lynn Allen. Diana Marie Bull.
Lee Sarah Livesey.
Leslie Ann Gould.
Kelly Delacoli.
Lynn Dapour.
Jessica Buss.
Clabunde Megan.
Allison Kaylin Renard.
Amy Borgi.
Jellen Bernardo Young.
Kimberly Ray Weingart.
Emily Ann Meyer.
Eric Nathan Rogers.
Monique Marie Germoni.
Rebecca McNally Keene.
Jennifer Christine Chell Went.
Caroline White.
Sarah Orly Yershalomian.
Jeffrey Edward Ostein.
Joseph Paul Severino.
Christine Nicole Tiernan.
Laura Elizabeth Hopper.
Maria Luz Keller.
Mariah Nikolaevna Kolodova.
Lorian Newsom.
Kirsten G. Felizetti.
Michael Lee Stanfill.
Tara Brannon Boggs.
Rebecca Jakes.
Will all the candidates for all the degrees please rise? President Cox, it is my pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2011 of Alliant International University.
So let's make this official, okay? By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Alliant International University and by the State of California, I hereby confer the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Business Administration, Master of International Business Administration, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Business Administration, Doctor of Psychology, and Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights and privileges pertaining to each degree. Graduates, it's my pleasure to congratulate you on this wonderful achievement. You may now move your tassels to the left. Congratulations.
All right, a couple more minutes. You're not quite sedated yet, so sit down for a few minutes. We're almost done. Congratulations to all of you, the Alliant International Class of 2011. The faculty, staff, and administration of Alliant pride ourselves in preparing our students to be valued and contributing members of the communities in which they live and work following graduation. More specifically, we have worked diligently during your time here to equip you with the skills and values you will need to tackle real-world, significant, and contemporary problems in those communities. While a community may be geographically defined, a neighborhood, a city, a state, a country, it is not necessarily so. A community may also be a group of people organized around common values, working towards a common purpose. One important community to which you will now belong upon graduation is the profession for which you were educated and trained. As a professional practice university, Alliant takes special care and interest to assure that you are prepared not just for a job, not just to earn a wage, but to enter a profession in your chosen area of study. You will join a group of similarly trained individuals who share with you core competencies, core knowledge, a common ethical code, and who are all committed to serving clients, patients, students, organizations, while also being committed to serving the profession as well. Another important community to which you will now belong is the alumni community of Alliant. You join the ranks of over 45,000 alumni from more than 125 countries from around the world. That is a community of which we are particularly proud, and we have more than a passing interest in knowing what happens with you, your careers, your successes, and your challenges as you continue along your professional path. Please keep us informed, share with us your future accomplishments, and as you experience life after graduation, provide us with your thoughts to help us make Alliant an even stronger professional practice university. We sincerely hope you will stay connected to Alliant as an active alum through your respective schools. It is there you can be in touch with other alumni and be part of a worldwide network of university graduates. We hope you will consider yourself both an ambassador on behalf of Alliant and as a talent scout sending the best and the brightest our way. On behalf of the faculty, the staff, and the entire university, congratulations, and let me be the first to welcome you to the Alliant International University alumni community. And you'll be particularly pleased to know this concludes the commencement ceremony for the Alliant class of 2011. You're all invited to celebrate graduates, your families and friends, and other members of the Alliant community. Please join us at a reception in the foyer immediately following the recessional. The audience is requested to remain seated during the recessional.